Good morning. Welcome to Clear Lake. Or not really Clear Lake, but my house. We're on the way to the lake right now. Um, Gonna go fish the south end today. Fish some, I don't know, rock piles, maybe fish some shallow stuff. Fish are moving up right now. Full moon has them kind of freaked out, for me at least. We were up north the last few days and did really good. But then last time we went up there 2 days ago, we didn't do so good. So I decided it's time to move around a little bit, go down south a little bit and just check it out. Can't launch at Redbud, unfortunately. It's kind of cold out here today, a little cloudy. But I wanted to go over some of the baits that I use for February, March, early March, late February here on Clear Lake. Not really any secrets, but just some stuff that I like to use this time of year. The water temperature right now is 50, but I did see 56. So it's moving up. I don't know what today's going to be like down south, but up north, I stayed in 54 to 56, 52 in the morning. So it's getting warm. The water up north was very good looking, very green, clear. There was some muddy spots. I didn't go up towards Rodman yet. I kind of wanted to, but we'll save that. It's probably still a little muddy up there. Not bad though. I'm sure that's not a bad thing. Muddy water is going to warm up quicker. Anyway, let's go over a few baits that I like to use on Clear Lake, and there's no real particular order. Just kind of depends on how deep I'm fishing, and what kind of, if I'm going to be fishing rock piles, if I'm going to be fishing those flooded sycamore or flooded willow trees. It's really good. So let's start with the basics, right? Okay. Of course, the drop shot. You know, you can't really go wrong with that. Quarter ounce weight, 8-pound test. I like to use the McCoy Fluoro 100, but any kind of fluorocarbon. I do throw it on braid, light braid, and then probably 10-pound braid, and then 8-pound fluorocarbon. Doesn't really matter what worm you like to use. And then the second one that I'm going to fish around docks is, of course, your weightless Senko. Pretty simple. No secrets there. There's really no secrets on Clear Lake. We all kind of fish the same stuff. There may be some guys who have secrets, but you don't have to fish that. You can catch them on what you like to throw. Of course, today we're going to be fishing around some docks. So what am I going to throw? I'm going to throw the old jig, right? Again, color doesn't really matter to me as long as it's green or brown or black. Pretty soon this is going to come into play. But you know, you can fish the jig. To me right now, the jig is probably one of the best things you can throw if you're going to be versatile with it. You know, you can fish the rock piles. You can pitch the shallow docks and stuff like that in the sycamore trees. The flooded willow trees, the old jig works pretty good too. Although I haven't caught as many on this in the flooded trees, probably because I haven't fished it as much as I've fished other things. So what do I throw in the willow trees right now? Well, if I can get it out here, it's stuck. Doesn't want me to show you. This is what I've been doing my damage on pretty much up north, fishing the flooded willow trees. Just an old 1/2 ounce Persuader spinnerbait. Nothing special. Just fishing it through those trees, you know, finding the pockets. And I'm probably fishing 4 to 6 feet of water with this thing. It's fun to fish. You can't go wrong with that. The next thing I'll be throwing more of is going to be the old 5-inch Hippo tackle swim bait. They don't make these anymore, but the Bass Tricks works just as good. I like to fish the belly weight on it. Probably a 4/0 Gamakatsu. good bait. Hollow body swim bait. It's great for flipping in that heavy cover, pitching in that heavy cover, dragging it on the bottom. I don't know how many fish I've caught just dragging this thing as slow as you can drag it, fishing it like a jig on the bottom. You can really fish this year round here. But this is one of the things I'll probably start with in the deeper water, right? If there's no willow trees around, I'm gonna drag this or the jig. Let's see, because then you can fish it fast. You don't have to drag it. Another thing that I like to fish is, of course, the old Osprey top hook. This one you can drag it. You don't get snagged up as bad. This is an old one. It's caught a lot of fish. I do also use the Rago, which is really good. The Rago, I think, may be better, but as far as hookups, like the other day, 2 days ago up north, I got just slammed on this thing, but they wouldn't eat it right. And so with that bottom hook swim bait, of course, the hook's on the bottom, right? So the hookup ratio is a lot better. This is a line through. So when the fish eat it, your hookup ratio is going to be a lot better because the line goes through the fish, and then when the fish bites it, the bait slides up the line, right? For those of you who don't know this, that's a great thing. The bait gets out of the way of the fish, and so then the fish is just stuck on this thing, which is really good. The problem, sometimes it does get snagged a little more, especially if you're fishing like the shallow stuff that we're fishing right now, that I'm fishing. If you're just swimming it through the weeds or something like that, it's probably not as bad. You can still drag this. This is a great bait. Love it. I like this better than the top hook because the hookup ratio for me is a lot better. But I'm fishing the top hook right now just because I'm fishing it through a lot of stuff where I really think that this was I'm gonna lose it. I don't want to lose it. I don't have many of those. And then rip baits, right? Which is probably the first thing I'll start with. The old Lucky Craft. I like the Pointer 127 Slender. Kind of hard to find, but the 100 also works. And then this is I don't know what that one is. It's a smaller one, I think. But anyway, the Pointer 100 or the Mega Bass works really good too. But I do like the Lucky Craft. And then, of course, right, the LV or the Rattle Trap. Rattle Traps are cheaper. They do work. You can't beat the LV though. But the old Rattle Trap, good. You can fish it, you can yo-yo it, you can swim it. There's no grass yet, so probably going to be yo-yoing it, dragging it on the rocks, that kind of thing. You get your reaction bite on the docks too with that thing. You can kind of trigger a reaction bite. If these fish aren't super cooperative, you can usually get a reaction bite on some of these baits, right? Instead of like spinnerbait or chatterbait. If you like throwing the chatterbait, I don't throw it as much until the weeds come up. Another thing too, probably, I don't know, a lot of people are catching on cool baits. You know, use your choice of swim bait on it, whatever you want to put on it. Drag it on the bottom, swim it, probably dragging it's best. And that's about it. That's about all I'm fishing right now today. You can throw a wacky 4-inch Senko. That also works really good, just weightless. And that's about it. Let's hope it doesn't get too windy today. We're headed down to Rattlesnake, so if I think of anything else, I'll let you know. But that's pretty much what I'm going to go for late February, early part of March, and we'll see you out on the water. Let's go fishing.
Bye, let's go fishing.